Welcome back, beauties. Today we're going to be doing this very soft Valentine's Day look. I don't have any plans, but I figured this look will help you all out to look cute for bae. And so if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, then keep on watching. So we're going to start out with brows. Here I'm using the ColourPop brow pencil in the shade Bangin' Brunette. It's a very smooth pencil, very easy to work with. The only problem I have with it is the fact that I cannot roll it down. So that's the only thing. Next, we're going to go in with the Crayon Case eyebrow pomade in the shade Ebony. This is a little bit dark, but I do fix it to make it work for me. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of carving out. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer in the shade 6.0 for the top and the bottom of my brow. And then I'm just going to go ahead and buff it out with this Morphe brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my lid with this MAC Paint Pot in the shade Land Low. You always want to make sure you prime your eyelids so the eyeshadow can stay. Now I'm going to jump into the Huda Beauty's Nude Palette. Here I'm going to take the shade Teddy and just buff it into my crease area. And then I'm going to go on top of that with the shade Raw and just deepen it up as well. As I stated before, I really like this palette because I didn't think I could use it at first, but once you start working with it, then it works out for you. Also taking the shade Spank and putting it on the outer corners of my eye and just blending it in. Just trying to add some definition to the eye. And on my lid, I'm using the shade Secret, which is like this very matte, like nude shade. And then on top of that, we're gonna add the pressed glitter in the shade Crave, which I don't even think it's a pressed glitter. I think it's like a, what does she call them? A multi-reflective shadow. So I place that on top of that to just give it a little bit of a sparkle. Like you gotta have sparkle for Valentine's Day, just a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my lashes. These are the Slade lashes in the style Sis. These can be found on my website on beautybydbeasley.com. These are like the perfect natural lash, but not like too natural to where you can't see them type of lash for Valentine. Very soft and wispy. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime. I'm using the Becca Ever Matte Primer and I'm just priming my entire face. Mostly my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest. And then we're going to also use the Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Mocha. I really like this foundation. It's very full coverage. It does have a fragrance or smell to it, but it doesn't like stink or anything like that. But the coverage of this foundation is so bomb, y'all. Like it gives you the most flawless full coverage foundation application. So if you're not looking for full coverage, this one may not be for you. But this one is definitely one of my favorite top 5 foundations so far. Now I'm going to use the Fenty Pro Concealer in the shade number 385. This has fastly become one of my favorite concealers. It blends out so nice, has great coverage, and just provides a really nice finish. And I am using a damp beauty blender to blend this out. Now I'm going to go in and do a little bit of cream contouring. This is my Anastasia foundation stick in the shade Earth, and I'm just going to blend that out with my Morphe brush. And any additional product, I just use that on my nose. I try not to use any additional, like, extra product. Now I'm going to go in and set the areas that I did conceal with that Fenty powder in the shade Banana. Again, this has really become one of my favorite setting powders. I really like the finish of it. Again, this is a very smooth powder. Now here I'm going to go ahead and set my entire face. I'm using this Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the shade Ebony that I picked up the other day. I have really been wanting to order this, but I've been seeing that it was only available online, but I saw it in the store at JCPenney. I was like, wait a minute. So I picked that up, and I love the finish that it gave me. And here I'm just blending everything out under my eye, make sure nothing's powdery. Now I'm going to take my absolute favorite bronzer. This is the Morphe bronzer in the shade Showman's, and I use that to just warm up my face and bring any type of dimension and warmth to my face. Because, you know, like I said, the foundation can just provide like such a flat, you know, like canvas. So you want to warm up and just add dimension to your face at all times, you know, after you do that. And then here I'm going to go ahead and just bring all those shades that I use on my lid down to my lower lid and just blend them out. I'm trying not to get them on my contacts. Here I'm just going to use a little bit of that Fenty powder in the shade Banana. Just do a little bit of reverse contouring to snatch out that contour, honey. And then I'm going to take the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush 2 palette. I forgot what shade this was. I believe it was the really pink sparkly one, but perfect for Valentine's Day, of course. And I just use that to apply to the apples of my cheek. Here I'm using this Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. It's a sample that I picked up from Sephora or Ulta, I forgot. But I really like the way it defined my bottom lashes, even though I don't have that many, so it helped the sister out. And then for my nose, I like to set that cream, the little bit of cream that I did put on there with the CoverGirl Ebony Bronze Bronzer. And for highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Bobbi Brown highlighter in the shade Bronze Glow. I put that right on top of that blush, and it just sets everything off, honey. Do a little bit on my nose, Cupid's bow. Like, for Valentine's, like, you can do a subtle, you know, really natural, you know, look for Valentine's without doing too much. Lastly, for lips, I'm going to use my MAC Chestnut Lip Liner and go just line my lips out with that. And then I'm going to go on top of that with my MAC Retro Liquid Lip Color in the shade Burnt Spice. And then on top of that, I put a little bit of MAC's Lip Glass in the shade Snow Petal on top of it, just to give it a little glow, or a little bit of a shine, not a glow. So beauties, here's the finished look. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope your Valentine's Day is amazing. And if you have any questions about anything that I used in this video, just check the description box and I'll link everything down there. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye beauties.